Hello and welcome back to the Traveling Marketer. Today is all about the Chanel Classic Flap. We will talk about the aggressive price increase of Chanel, what fits in it, and what's the wear and tear like after almost 2 years of owning this purse to help you decide in case you've been thinking about that big purchase. Chanel has been aggressively increasing their price in the past 2 years. And there are plenty of articles written about it. And the speculation is that it is a strategy against one of their main competitors, Hermes. I bought this bag in March 2020, 3rd of March 2020 as a birthday gift for myself. And I literally just dodged the beginning of that steep increase. A month later, I bought it. It has increased by over $1,000. So in April 2020 was the beginning of those steep increases. Today, the price has increased by 51% in just under 2 years. The medium size, which I got, so this one right here, now retails for a whopping $13,190 Australian dollars. Definitely a price I am not willing to pay anymore. Now, I am not a fan when people say that buying luxury goods is an investment. But let's see how this growth compares to our actual investments. Majority of our stocks are with Adobe for obvious reasons. So in March 6, 2020, an Adobe stock is selling for $336.77 US. As of today, it sells for $567.06 US. That is a 68% growth. So maybe Wade was right all along that we should have invested in more stocks. How about compared to this property where we are filming in right now? So this is not a proper valuation, but based on propertyvalue.com.au, the value of this property has gone up by 38% in a year. Let's be lazy and just double it up because we're looking at a 2-year comparison, but there's no perfect maths in here. The property still wins. And this is why I definitely do not agree when people say that, buying a luxury good is an investment. Well, maybe when it's a rare piece, but that's something that definitely we cannot afford in this channel. So how did I end up with this beauty? Let me tell you the story. So I finally bit the bullet. It was my birthday and the lockdown was looming in. I was at home and then decided I'm gonna go to the city and finally buy my first Chanel purse. I was after the black Chanel 255 in gold as my first Chanel purse. I like the 255 because of the history behind it. The name 255 is after the date where it was created by Coco Chanel, which was February 1955, hence the 255. And it definitely changed the course for women bags. Coco Chanel was sick of holding her purse by hand, so she finally decided to design one that she can put over her shoulder. And thank goodness, because I personally prefer a crossbody bag or shoulder bag that way my hands are free. So I got there. There is no 255 in gold, but they did have it in gray and in gold hardware in a mini size. They did, however, have the Chanel Classic Flap in silver hardware, obviously, and in gold as well, if I am not mistaken. The Classic Flap, which is this one, is a remake of the 255 by Karl Lagerfeld in 1983. So it looks fairly similar. You would have seen the screenshot earlier. Now, I didn't want the Classic Flap in a black, right? I definitely wanted it in a bright color, maybe even in a mini or a small, and in lambskin. But I ended up with the complete opposite, but I have no regrets. And I love it, and I will tell you why. So this is obviously the black in a silver hardware, as you can see. So silver Chanel logo in there, so the lock and the silver strap as well, and the holes where the strap go in. And there are 6 sizes of the Chanel Classic Flap. There is the mini, which is in a square, and there is the new mini, they call it, which is more of the rectangle. I don't think they still sell, or you probably will still find it in the secondhand market, the square one, which is really cute. Oh no, I think the 255 that they were selling to me, and that the one that Denise bought as well, is a square mini. And now there is the small, there is a medium, which is this one, and there is a jumbo and a maxi. The medium, or if you look at the Chanel site, it is the one that without a size in the product name. It is just pretty much called the Classic handbag. The size of that is 6 inches tall, 9.9 inches long, and 2.5 inches in terms of how deep or the width of that one. And this one is the grain calfskin. If you can see, there is some pebbling in there, and this material does not scratch. It's so sturdy. I'm just scratching it right there. La, 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 la. Ooh, did it scratch? No, it didn't. So it is definitely very sturdy and it does not scratch easily. However, the lambskin looks so good. It's so supple, it's so elegant, it's so soft. It's like a pillow that I could sleep in. I really, really like the lambskin. In fact, I'm gonna show you guys this is the lambskin version. Yeah, I don't have a purse in lambskin, but this is my card holder, and that is a lambskin. So you'll see the difference between the two. There's just really something about that smooth, silky lambskin versus that grained. However, for a black handbag, for a black purse, you are definitely better off with the grain calfskin because you tend to wear the black a lot more than a colored purse. So it's definitely a smart decision to get it in the grain calfskin. So that's why I wanted the color in lambskin. All right, so now let's go through the specs and what's inside the bag. I've talked to you about the size. So let's start from the outside. So the lock here is that famous CC logo. And that's why I like the 255 because it's just so discreet. You don't know unless you do know. And obviously the history as well. So you just twist it, the little nose and the CC, you open that, and then there are 2 flaps. Yeah, so the first big one has a zipper in it, so a tiny little pocket. Stories, they say, this is where she hides. Coco Chanel used to hide her love letters. Don't know how true that is because that is very narrow. Very shallow. Like it ends right there. So it's about up to this part of my finger. Like what do you fit in that? Maybe a pen? I don't know. And then the second flap, and then that one you can button there. But I never do. I don't think anyone does. And that is in a maroon color. Again, the story here is that this is the color of the uniform in her orphanage. I don't know, but it's a very nice contrast. So it's a red maroon color. It's got the CC logo in there and the Chanel made in France stamping. There's this pocket right here first. Goes all the way down. I like that piece because that's where I would usually put my mask, sometimes my phone, and then the main compartment right there. There are 2 side pockets, back pockets, and a place for the lipstick. And then at the back as well, you would have the stitched on pocket. And then it's quite got the embossed stitching all across, except for the sides and the bottom part, which is just it's just flat, and then it's just black stitching across the board. Obviously, you got your strap right here with the same grain calfskin material inside, and then a silver metal. There are 2 ways, well, a couple ways you can wear it. One is like this way where you have the connector in front there, or you can move that in the back if you want to, or just your normal shoulder bag. I wanted to show you guys though where it connects right there. Yeah, so that part there connects, which is slightly thicker than the rest, but it actually doesn't, you don't really see it. It doesn't bother you as much as well. So what are the other extras that come with it? It comes with an authenticity card, which I keep inside my bag. So I just keep it in one of the pockets there. And then obviously it comes with a dust bag. So I'll show you this. So this is the beautiful dust bag. So it's just got that crisscross in there as well. You open it up, and then a drawing of Coco Chanel and Karl Lagerfeld's signature. And then that is just it. If I am not mistaken, the minis don't come with that dust bag. And then I also have the Le Boy. And the Le Boy comes in a different dust bag as well. So you've got the box right here. I've glued on the flower, and then it's a magnetic bag. All right, so you just pretty much, that's a magnetic clasp right there. Open it up. You have all the tissues, you'll see here, all the stuffing, but it also comes with some paperwork, I suppose. This is a book of, so it's got when I bought it, So I got my date of purchase and my serial number as well, and the stamp of the store where I bought it. And then it's a booklet of the story, I suppose, maybe, of how you make a Chanel handbag. Have I read it? No. Let's put that back, but I'm keeping it there. It's a good little knick-knack. And this right here is just the, I think, how to take care of it, your typical ones that, again, have I read it? This one I'm not sure about what for. So it comes with a dust bag, like so, and a cardboard. Got no clue what it's for. I tried to Google it as well, but I don't know. So I have no idea what this one is for. So let's put that back in there and then close it. So you got that in there. And then obviously these are the, so I've got the receipt here, and these are all just the tissues and the protector for the bag as well. And I will show you guys as well later on how I pack it or how I store the bag. So what do I like about the bag? I like how structured it is. I have a thing for a structured bag because it definitely keeps the things inside in place. And I'll show you later as well what fits into it. And what I don't like about it is that it's got quite an awkward length for the crossbody. It was definitely not designed for a crossbody. It's more of a shoulder bag, but I still do sometimes. So I'll show you how you would do that. So I would put it right here and I'll stand so you guys can see it. This just makes it really more awkward as well. But see how it sits in the waist, so in the belly, instead of the hips right here where it typically is. So I still do it. It's just really depending on, I suppose, your frame as well, if you would do that. It's definitely not designed for it. Almost 2 years in 2 months. Well, in a month or, yeah, in 2 months. What's the wear and tear like in after 22 months or almost 2 years? It's black, so I do wear it a lot, and it's a decent size as well, that it's good for casual, sometimes good for formal or casual because of its size, not too big, not too small. And given that it's black, I do use it a fair bit, but the smell is definitely not that strong anymore. But there's just no signs of any wear and tear. If you look at all the edges, nothing's happened to it. It's still very intact. There are no scratches in that CC logo right there. Where is it? Right there. There's no scratch on these rings here as well. Oh, why I can't? There you go. These rings, there's no scratches. The strap looks perfect. Inside, it looks good. There is this little dent, I suppose, right? Can you see that? Yeah, so that's a dent right there where the zipper hits, but I think from day one it's always been like that. But there's no creases whatsoever. There's like a tiny little crease, so when you fill it all the way up, I suppose that's where it would hit it. But it's in perfect, and I mean it when I say it, there's not even any scratches inside. I mean it when I say it, that it is in a perfect condition. All right, so what fits in the purse? If you've seen my other reviews, you would see that. You'd notice that I like using purses like this, so tiny purses to put my stuff in and then put it in the bag so they don't go anywhere. It is easy to locate them and look for them. When I use my classic flap, I do not use these purses because it will eat up a lot of space. And being structured enough, things don't really fall into places because it's not really that hard to get things in and out of this bag, given that it's not really that deep. It's structured, and once you put stuff in, it gets full anyway, so it'll stay put. It's like them standing right next to each other on a train that you can't really move anyway and fall into different places. So let me show you what would fit into it and the things that I usually carry when I use it. Let's start with the lipstick. So this lipstick hook, or not hook, this lipstick pocket right here. Hey Marielle, do you actually use it? Yes, I do. And they said that it actually fits the Chanel lipstick. So I'm gonna show you that. Let's put that in there. So there you go, there's the Chanel lipstick, but to be honest, that's not the lipstick I'm wearing today. I am wearing the Tarteist lip gloss paint, glossy lip paint, and it definitely would, any lipstick, as long as it's short enough, I suppose, would fit into that. And I want to show you the difference between the Chanel lipstick and this gloss right here. So this is definitely skinnier and shorter, so if this one fits, then this one definitely would. So if you have those long lip glosses though, probably won't. So let's put that in. Let's put this one back in. I carry sanitizer with me all the time. I do have a very small one, so let's put that in there. So this is very sturdy. That is kind of annoying to keep it open, but let's do that. I've got my Chanel hand cream as well, so the egg, let's put that in there. Got my floss, put that in there, and then my tissue, pocket tissue, so let's put that in there as well, maybe in front of this, in front of the floss. And then I've got my oil blotter, which I would put in one of the pockets. So the right hand side is empty, the left one side has my card of authenticity. So that's all the toiletries. Let's put in my wallet. So I just have the Chanel card holder as well. So let's put that on one side. On the left, I do like to separate, and then my keys as well. So let's put that in there. So there's a lot of room still. I'm borrowing Wade's work phone because I'm using my phone in here to film. Let's put that in there. So you can see it definitely fits. But my DJI, so this camera that I always pretty much carry around with me, especially during Vlogmas, I would then put that in there. So it's definitely obviously longer, but it still fits. And you can definitely still close that. Voila, boom. Yeah, so it fits. A bit fluffy here. If you remove that case, even better. Close it right there. Okay, and then you can put your mask here, which I don't have one right now, or in here as well. So there you have it. Okay, now that you've seen what fits into it, I want to show you how I store it. And in our current setup, because of where we live, how the tiny space that we are in, I store it inside the box, inside the dust bag, and standing upright. And I'll show you how exactly I do that. So it came with these two little felt protector, I suppose, and I'll show you. I tried to remember how they actually pack it up in store, but I don't exactly remember. And then there's this folded tissue paper. I usually put that inside. I don't know why, but because I do remember it being inside, but it does not do anything when it comes to protecting anything or keeping its shape. But what I do is, so it got a slit, both of them. So what I do is I put one inside. Yeah, so you'll see that's one inside there, can close, and one on the second layer to protect basically that zipper, from the zipper here from hitting that leather. So, and then I do, and you can see it still has a little bit of dent. So, but I keep it there, close it, and then there's this one which literally was how it was wrapped when I bought it. You just wrap it around in the middle, like so, and then I would put it in the dust bag then. So this is something different that I do though, is I keep the straps outside. So I would loop it out, the straps are outside, and then I close it like that. I don't know, I just don't like the metal hitting the leather. Then you open the box. Maybe you can see it better from this high. Yep, you open the box. There goes all the tissues again. And then the receipt just stays underneath there. Just put it back in there. And then I make sure that the metal sits properly like so. Then I flip the right side, flip the left side, and then got that in there. And I would store it literally standing like this in my shelf. Yeah, well, there you have it. If you find that helpful, then you will like these videos up above here, and make sure that you like and subscribe and share it with your friends so that you can enjoy it together. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye. So it would help you in case you've been thinking about buying or doing that, to help you to help you decide in case you've been, to help you decide for a whopping, can you please get that washing machine again? Please. So the medium size which I got, so this one right here now retails for a whopping, where is it? Here. Ow! Ow! Ow!